The Rockford IceHogs return to work tonight as they welcome the Grand Rapids Griffins to BMO Harris Bank Center for Pucks and Paws. Joseph Zakshesky with you alongside head coach Derek King for the Forest City Diagnostic Imaging diagnosis of the game. And Coach King, IceHogs looking to get back to their winning ways. Tough little three-game series against the Milwaukee Admirals, but obviously a couple of practice days, a couple of video sessions. What are you looking to take out of that three-game set, turn the page, and focus in on here tonight?
Well, I think the big thing with that is, Milwaukee came in and then they were desperate. They played with some urgency. At times we showed that, but we didn't do it enough, and I think that's what we need to bring to the game tonight.
Is that something that you're tapping into during practice sessions, upping maybe the speed, the intensity, to create that sense of urgency in this locker room?
You know what? All year our practices have some good pace to it. The guys are always working hard. It's just in the game sometimes you get a little lapse. Guys start thinking a little too much instead of just going out and playing. We just need to go and play, and then, like I said, play with a little more urgency. At times we show it, but then there's times where we just it's almost like we're resting on the ice, which you can't do, especially this time of year.
And speaking of that, you got a lot of influence in terms of roster movement, players coming and going. For this Rockford IceHogs bunch, you saw 3 players depart to the Indy Fuel because a lot of new faces completing their college or junior careers. Now you get Brandon Hagel, Reese Johnson inserted in the lineup. I know guys that are coming out of juniors that are highly touted prospects. What are you seeing from this bunch? Because it looks like they're being thrown right into the mix.
Yeah, I just told them there's probably the biggest game of our season and not to worry about it and just go out and play. No, they get a morning skate in, but this is a good time to see these guys. They're meaningful games, and we get the chance to see what they can bring to the table. They just got to go out and play, and I've told them over and over again, just relax and go play. Don't think, just play. You can do what you do best, and then we'll go from there.
Now, I know we just kind of made a little side comment about that, about playing some of your biggest games of the year. How do you keep that from creeping into the mindset and the mentality? Because obviously if you start doing that, guys might get a little bit more anxious than you would like to see.
Yeah, and as a staff, we just got to keep it loose. And you've been around us long enough, we keep things pretty loose around here. And you can tell by our morning skate and even our practices, the guys are still having fun out there. We're not, with our head down skating around and upset about anything. It's up to us. If we want to get in the playoffs, it's up to us. And I like the way we approach the games, and just like I said, a little more urgency for a longer period of time during the game, and I think I like our chances.
Well, that postseason push continues to motor along here tonight for the Rockford IceHogs, taking on the Grand Rapids Griffins. And Coach, a team that you've seen a lot so far this season. This is actually the final meeting between the two clubs, 10th and final get-together. Obviously, this is a team that's pretty well locked into one of the top 3 spots in the Central Division. What are you looking to take out of their matchup here tonight?
Well, they play with some pace. They got some good forwards, and they got a good back end, and they play a similar style to us. They like to skate through the neutral zone, get pucks deep, and go work. And as long as we clog up the neutral zone a little bit and spend more time in their offensive zone than our D zone, I like our chances.
You've had success against Grand Rapids here the last couple of games. In fact, 3-game winning streak against them. Any previous video sessions and examples you're tapping into to show some of these guys in the locker room, especially some of the newer ones, on how to see success?
Well, we show them clips. It's sometimes GR's in there, so it's a bunch of different teams. It's just some good things. We showed some clips on some things we need to clean up, and some clips we need that we're doing things well. And we, like I said, over the years, we were worried about ourselves, not worried about the other team. We know what we need to do. We know we've played them enough. It's like Chicago and all these other teams. We know what they're going to be like. We know what the game's going to be like. So we just got to, like I said, 3 periods of urgency hockey and go out and play.
Focusing on a big key here tonight, we've talked about hot starts for this Rockford IceHogs bunch. Well, you've gotten that here lately, scoring the first goal in 8 of your last 10 games. But how do you sustain that pressure? You've seen a lot of teams being able to battle back and catch up to you.
Well, it's like we said, it's the lapse. It's that 2 or 3 minute lapse of not playing hard, not winning puck battles, and the ice gets tilted in their favor, the other team's favor. We just got to keep that level, the ice level, and then hopefully tilt it their way more than they tilt it our way, and we'll see what happens.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. Good luck tonight against Griffins.
Thank you.
Derek King joining us for the Forest City Diagnostic Imaging diagnosis of the game as the IceHogs continue on their 5-game homestand tonight, a crucial division matchup against the Grand Rapids Griffins. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network.